Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Cralisa Victoria. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be making my matcha green tea. If you guys are new to my channel, then make sure you subscribe. If you guys don't know, I'm going to be using a mason jar in this video. I'm going to tell you what I'm using. I have ice in here, freshly rinsed ice, and then I'm going to be using a small pot to boil some water. I'm going to be using Lipton tea to mix with my matcha in this video. And I'm also telling you guys that you can also use almond milk if that is an option you want to use. Almond milk or tea or whatever your preference. And then I also have some filtered water that I'm going to pour into the pot. And I'm actually going to throw it on the stove for a little bit so it can boil. The stove was already heated, so it's going to now be sitting on there as I'm going through this. And if you haven't smashed the subscribe button by now, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. But definitely subscribe by the end of this video. But I'm actually going to be adding a couple other things. So you see I just rinsed out a freshly washed bowl because I will be needing that to mix my concoction of matcha and water. And then another thing that I'm going to be needing is I am going to be needing a spoon. So I'm going to rinse a spoon off here and I'm going to utilize a spoon. I'm in the middle of somewhat doing dishes and tacking on dishes from making this beverage, but I wanted to get my stuff washed. Oh, I guess I don't grab my spoon yet, but anyway, this is the matcha. I'm trying to show you guys that it says do about 2 tablespoons, but I don't think that you guys can see this, so I'm just telling you that's what I was pointing at. My camera didn't focus. That's exactly what I was trying to do. I'm actually not going to use a spoon. Psych, that was in the video that didn't work out. I ended up deleting my other video to make this again. So I'm going to be using my teaspoon measuring cup, and I'm just going to measure out 2 teaspoons. But yes, in the prior video that I deleted, I was actually going to make my matcha with almond milk. And even though my almond milk says it expires October, like the middle of the month, it tastes so weird. So I went ahead and I tossed it. I think I read somewhere that almond milk is typically good within 10 days of opening, but I don't recall where I read that or if it's true. But obviously it was not good, so who knows. I opened it a while ago, but it wasn't due to expire until October, so I tossed it. I don't have time to get sick. But another alternative when you're not using a tea, a hot or cold tea, is to use almond milk. So you guys see the concoction in here. I have the matcha. I have not yet mixed the concoction, but you see the matcha is in there. I did 2 teaspoons. And I'm just going to keep checking on my water, making sure that it comes to a boil or it just gets hot enough to be able to mix it well enough. And I'm going to be using that mason jar just to get the concoction in there as well as everything else. But since I'm still waiting for the water to boil and do its thing, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing to get this all the way together. Okay, so right here, this is when I finally grabbed my spoon that I've been rambling about. I'm actually going to be using this to stir / mix the concoction. You see the steam? It was not boiling, but it was hot enough to mix. You can use a whisk or anything you'd like to, or a spoon, to just mix it. I'm trying to show you guys the concoction, but I don't think you can really see it. But basically it gets, it stays darker, and I just go ahead and mix it. Now, based off of what you mix it with, like if I mixed it with almond milk, obviously it's going to turn out lighter, but I'm mixing this with some dark Lipton tea that already has natural lemon in it. So that's what I'm mixing this with. I'm just going to keep mixing it until the concoction is all of a liquid substance, because initially when you put it in there is more of a powder form, and then when you mix it with the water, it gets better. So I'm going to open my Lipton, and because I don't want this to be too sweet, I'm just going to take a teaspoon and I'm going to rinse it off again, you know, just keep with the cleanliness of everything. And I'm going to take 3 scoops of this. Now, I was being really careful because I just didn't want to make another mess. Like I told you guys, I had previously recorded this video and decided to delete it, and I had made a mess. So I was being really, really careful. So I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my pitcher of filtered water, and I'm going to mix it with the tea extract. I had to pour a little bit out because I had to factor in the fact that I have to put the matcha in here, and I also have to put a good amount of ice in here. So I poured a little bit out. But before I go ahead and mix the concoction good together, I'm just going to pour my matcha into my mason jar along with the other tea. And when you mix matcha with whatever beverage you want, it really is kind of tasteless to me, simply because of what I mix it with and how I mix it. I don't know if other people feel that way, but if you feel like, oh, it tastes so bland, then you probably didn't mix it with anything to give it a different taste. But this is what I put in here. I go ahead and stir it up, and I'm not going to add in this video. Maybe I will. I'm not going to say that I'm not. Benefits of matcha, I may add them, but if I forget to, just look it up. But there are great benefits to drinking matcha. Now is just not the time to go over that, but I have completely mixed the concoction. Now I'm pouring my fresh ice from the freezer, freshly rinsed, into my matcha tea. And now I'm going to grab a straw. I was already sipping on a drink, so I'm going to grab the straw out of there, and I'm going to go ahead and sip. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, make sure you comment in the comment section below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next video.
It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's 2